Welcome to the Loading Up Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Brother Zay. Today we have Brother Tay and Producer Jay with us. We are here to talk about games. So if you're interested, you like us, just hit that like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified when we put up a new video on YouTube channel and all our socials. We thank y'all for listening. We're going to just jump right into it. What are you guys playing?
Oh, fuck allergies at this point. God damn.
You're playing anything besides the allergies?
Oh, I wish. Allergies won't let me, bro.
I've just been catching up on Starfield, as the usual. Although I'm like, yeah, you guys experience FOMO, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm going through it right now because the freaking Cyberpunk update and DLC came out, and even my freaking fiance has heard about it, and she was telling me, "It's like, oh, have you been playing this? Like, I heard that one of my friends who was a gamer was playing it. They said it's the greatest thing ever." I'm just like,
oh, God.
I'm still playing Starfield.
I'm selfish. I'm like, who are you talking to? Who's talking to?
Right?
Who's the other gamer in your life?
Let me play my game.
Listen,
like, nah, like, who's this other person you speaking about? Nah, that's not how we work here.
So I finished Starfield. So I'm now moving on to other games that I'm playing and enjoying, including like Lies of P and Mortal Kombat.
That's another
1.
game.
Yeah. So Brother Matt was telling me about Cyberpunk, and I said, let me download it. So I downloaded the game. It took like 20 minutes. Finished downloading.
Wait, you never played Cyberpunk?
Oh, I beat Cyberpunk when it first came out. Yeah, when it launched. At launch, I played and beat it. Yeah, I just had to reinstall it.
Okay.
So I did the installation. I get in there. Of course, they respec your character. They take all because everything is new. Even without the DLC, they 2.0, everything is new.
Yeah.
So you have to respec your character. So I was just going over, looking at what the type of build I want to play versus how I play. So I put all my points in, and I'm getting ready to play. I go to the apartment, pick up like a weapon from the stash. I leave the apartment. I walk in the street. I open my map, and the game crashes.
That's not good.
And it was like 2 a.m. I was like, all right, I'm going to bed. so today,
was like, it was a sign. It wasn't meant for me to get.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be. So today I get up. I do what I got to do. And then I said, let's play some Cyberpunk. We go back, see what's the next mission I got to do. What's the update about? So I turn it on, hit continue, and everything I did last night, completely gone.
Oh, so you got to like restart again.
To restart it all over again.
Yeah.
Apparently, crashing didn't save or whatever, or the autosave wasn't working. It just completely crashed.
Yeah.
So, and then me and Brother Matt got into it. He's saying it's my fault because I didn't save. I'm saying it's the game's fault for fucking crashing.
That's right.
And he's like, no, it's your fault because you didn't save. And me and him start arguing back and forth. Oh, so that's my gaming ventures.
If you ever wonder what a group chat is like with gamers, that's pretty much what it's like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly.
Well,
It's
see,
your
the thing
fault.
is,
You did save, motherfucker. It shouldn't have crashed.
Yes.
I'm more worried. I'm not worried, but I'm more concerned about like, because I put a lot of time into Cyberpunk. Like, I was literally right at the end, but I wanted to get all the achievements. So I was gonna do every freaking side mission in every freaking area, and yeah. So I put a lot of time. I want to say I put like 80 to 90 hours, which is a lot. I know there's games that people put a lot more into, but that's a big chunk. And I stopped because I was just like, I'm getting bored. Like I was getting bored. I was getting frustrated because I didn't have the Series X at the time. I was literally playing on the Xbox One X. And yeah, I know. So so I put it down. I said I was gonna wait until I got the Series X, and I did, and then I just never got back into it.
Dang.
And yeah, so now I'm like, I want to get back into it, but what I've heard from so many other people is like, you want to make a new character, like restart the game. And I'm just like, I don't want to do that.
You don't have to do that. You do not have to do that. You're probably hearing that from people who probably never even got toward the end or even played like 15 hours into it.
Maybe.
You've already experienced the game. Now you're just going to experience the new stuff. Don't listen to those people. Those people aren't gamers. Those are normies.
Okay, all right. They probably didn't put that much hours into the game.
You've already invested into that. Don't listen to them. Just you could go in, get the DLC, do DLC missions and stuff with your character.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes me feel a little bit better. So maybe next year.
Wow. I'm never finishing that.
No, I'm gonna do it. It's just a matter of time. I gotta get through Starfield first.
Another game for the backlog.
Well, it's been there. It's just now it might have jumped up.
It's never coming out again.
No.
It might have jumped up my ass.
So, I mean, Tay, you didn't play any other games, no?
Today's been a very busy week.
Busy week? I understand.
Yeah, but I got to finish on my streaming side of my solo slots.
Mm-hmm.
Away from this, because y'all do all the streaming. We got to finish House of Ashes.
Oh, the Dark Pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're one game away from completing the trilogy now, which we're going to do The Devil and Me.
Wait, isn't there a fourth one?
Yeah, The Devil and Me.
But you said trilogy.
I don't count Until Dawn.
You call it a trilogy? No. There's 4 games, I'm pretty sure.
I don't count Until Dawn.
No, it's not Until Dawn.
Here's the thing. There's technically there's 5. There's Until Dawn. There's Man of Medan, right? Is that the fucking name of it?
Yeah, that's the first one of this. Yeah.
So Until Dawn, Man of Medan, The Quarry, I think.
The Quarry. That's a separate game.
The Quarry. Then it's House of Ashes, and then the 5th one technically, which is The Devil in Me. I count only because I kind of separate.
No, you're missing Little Hope.
Oh, that's right. Forgot about Little Hope.
Ah, you see? Look at that.
Did we play Little Hope?
I don't know what. See, that's the thing. I don't know in what order they are in. I just know that there's 4.
The game normally tells you.
Yeah.
I think it's I don't remember what comes.
Okay, all right. They have Man of Medan. That was the first one. Little Hope is the next one.
Man of Medan.
So you skipped it.
Which one was Little Hope?
Little Hope was the second one in 2020.
No, which one? Who was the character?
Oh, I think it's Cameron something. He played Cal Kestis in Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order.
Oh yeah.
That guy. He plays in that.
You're just gonna make my mom hate me more because you know damn well I don't watch these movies.
No, he's in the Jedi games.
So I'm pretty sure
he's in other stuff too, but
I don't remember playing it, but I think we did because we normally go through them.
Yeah, and then after that is House of Ash, and then The Devil in Me is the most recent one.
Yeah, so The Devil in Me is supposed to be the next one.
Yeah,
based on my memory.
And I think they said they might be doing another one.
Oh God.
I don't know. Like, I could be wrong.
They don't need to. It's okay.
Oh no, they have a VR game. It's called Switchback.
Like I said, they don't need to.
But yeah, no,
they don't need that. Like, honestly, beating House of Ashes, going through the whole thing, I'm like, this is kind of bullshitty.
Yeah.
The whole time is what I was thinking. I was like, we gotta be better.
No, when I beat Man of Medan, I freaking killed so many people that I didn't even mean to. Like, and what's crazy is that I could have sworn that one of them didn't die. And I was like,
oh yeah, I remember this story.
Yeah, I was like, yo, where is he? I was actually questioning myself. And then the game was telling me, where is he? I'm like, yeah, I want to know that too. And then in the end, they showed him dead. Yeah, and then they showed him dead. I'm like, yo,
that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't do anything. I did the right thing. But then I realized, I looked back and I saw like what had happened. And it's crazy how it happened too. I mean, it's an old game. I still won't spoil it for people who want to try it. But yeah, you got to be careful with what you do. I mean, granted, that's with all these types of games.
Yeah, those type of games are exactly
this
like
one,
that.
like,
every
this one-
decision you make.
Yeah, in this one though, like there's certain things that you can do like that are like irreversible. It's not like I made the wrong decision. It's like, no, you did something earlier on that is
that
gonna
really-
affect something later that you didn't even think. Like, really? Because I did that, that's why this happened? That's why he died? So
Well,
it's like
saying, sounds like you just need to stop killing people. Is what I'm hearing.
then, and the fact that there's characters that like can disappear for the whole game, and like the whole ending can be an entirely different scenario depending on what you decided earlier. And I know that's how it works, but it's just like I was watching like videos talk about it, and I was like, wait, that didn't happen for me. It was like, he wasn't even there. He was supposed to be here. Like, it's crazy.
House of Ashes also like was like that. Well, actually, no. House of Ashes was a lot better with that, honestly.
Yeah.
So like, when someone died, you were like, okay, so they only died because I did this, but I can go back.
Yeah, it's like
you can clearly go back and solve it.
Okay. Yeah, because I know, and some people were saying that there was like a lot of pacing issues because like
Yeah,
I said, like there was I could have sworn that he was still alive, but apparently he died.
That was that was my issue with House of Ashes. The pacing, like you're like, okay, so this is this, and then you're not gonna play it, are you?
I'm gonna play it. I have it.
I'm not gonna
Don't
tell
spoil
you
it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you, but it kind of at a certain point it kind of gets out of control, and you're just like, oh, okay. I never got that. I never got that part out of that. But all right, sure.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
I can't wait for you to go through your backlog to play it, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, I will definitely. I will let you know when I get there.
Yeah.
When you get to the ending, you're gonna be very confused.
I mean, I was confused with this one. So
the one I hated the most, honestly, out of that whole trilogy. To finish off, we're also back to Kingdom Hearts 3. I think I said that. We're fully on that.
yeah, I
right?
remember.
Yeah.
We got
last week.
watching my bro. He's doing Frozen. He's
The
ass.
Frozen. Yeah,
He's ass. He fucking hates it.
it's annoying. I remember going through that. It's
No, he hasn't even got there yet. He keeps losing
he hasn't
to
got.
He keeps losing to the gummy shit. It's fucking funny.
Oh,
He's trying. This is what we keep. That's what's important. So he's trying his best.
Needless pain.
Yes.
Oh man, that's funny.
But I
So
forgot.
I mean, I guess we can jump right into the news, right? Because
Yeah, we got a lot of news.
we have some major breaking news of been talked about for a while now. You guys have probably heard it all over social media about Sony being hacked.
Yes.
So I guess it's like this is the highest profile of data breaches this year, and it's not just PlayStation that's been hacked; it's all of Sony,
Right.
apparently, by a unknown group called ransomed.vc ransomware, and they apparently hacked all of Sony, have a bunch of data, like they said, like 6,000 I guess people's
Files.
data. Yeah, 6,000 files from different people across the company. They have logins and stuff, and so Sony launched a major investigation to try and figure out what's going on. I mean, this is only after the hackers came out and said, well, Sony doesn't want to pay for the data, so we're going to sell it on the dark web.
Look, man, don't do that to us. Don't leak the group chats. I've said so.
Well, we don't even know what they have. That's the crazy part.
Yeah,
I'm not
they
trying to
claim
go
to have things, but who
Yeah, I was
knows?
gonna say if they have anything, because apparently they were supposed to. Well, they said they were gonna leak everything today because they couldn't sell it.
No
And
prisons, please.
Nothing has.
I didn't mean the
come
dark
out.
jokes.
Yeah, nothing
as of yet. So
Well,
maybe they're
all right.
waiting till the end of the day, or maybe they said like they would leak it. Like I don't know. It's
Maybe that's why.
it's-
Maybe that's why they didn't leak it. They're like, "Why you bluffing? We got this history right now."
Yeah, I mean, well,
I
who
mean,
knows where they're leaking it? They could have leaked it to like the dark web or something like that. Like who knows?
Yeah,
They could've.
That's the crazy part. And I even put it in the group chat, like just in case, to set up two-factor authentication, because you never know what's gonna happen, and it's best to secure your account. 'Cause this happened before with and PlayStation. And I don't know if you guys remember, but that shit was down for like 3 months.
No, it wasn't 3 months.
It was
like
3
24
months.
days.
No, it was 3 months.
It was 3
No.
months, 5
No.
hours,
3 weeks.
25
Fine, 3
seconds.
weeks.
It was 3 weeks. I mean, it's
3
still
weeks.
significant. Like
That's a lot.
PlayStation Online was completely down for almost a whole entire month. It was absolutely insane back in the day.
You ain't gonna tell producer Jay. He knows what he was missing.
No, I wasn't because I didn't have a PlayStation 3.
Yeah, he didn't even have a
I'm messing with-
PlayStation.
I know, it's
No,
funny
I
I just messing
remember
with you.
specifically because there were guys in my high school who were getting upset that they couldn't play online on PS3, and I was like, I got Xbox, bitch.
That's hilarious.
That's exactly what I said, and they were salty.
Yeah. I mean,
Good
it was
reason.
a
What
really big
reason?
hack. It was really big hack. It was like 24 days or 27 days, and it was completely
600
down.
minutes.
And then I don't know, they gave people video games, like free video games when it
That
came
was-
back online.
That was actually the start of the PlayStation Plus games, like where you would get like 2 free games every month. Like that was
Yeah.
the start of it.
Yeah.
That
they
they're
had
still
to-
doing today.
Yeah, they had to give people something. I mean, the online services were completely down for a whole month. It was crazy times.
Yeah.
I mean, this hack is not as big because Sony, PlayStation services are still online. It's just users' data that's been taken supposedly. I mean, either way, it's still a big hack.
It's still bad.
It's still
Yeah.
really bad because I mean, this is how many times Sony's been hacked now.
I was
No,
just about to
enough.
say, and it's only Sony. Like this never happens with Nintendo. This never happens with Xbox. It's only
It won't
Sony,
happen.
and I don't understand. I
won't
guess
happen
because it's.
To Nintendo. We talked about this.
I
We don't
mean,
bring
what?
them up.
You would think
I'll
it would
tell you.
happen with Nintendo. I feel like they're more susceptible because like they have a bunch of kids playing on the platform, and
That don't mean nothing. No one's gonna take
and
Nintendo.
I've set up my kid's
I
account,
fear.
and I'm just like, it's annoying, but maybe that's the whole point. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that is the point because I did this. I'm in the same boat. Like I set up my son's account. It's a kid's account, but it's really annoying to deal with.
Yeah,
It's
You know,
I feel like
So-
I kind of feel like I feel like Sony's just a target because of how much like high celebrities and people will be like, yeah, I'm
yeah.
always on my PlayStation 5 and stuff.
yeah.
I feel
There's
like that's
more
the
of
reason
a-
why.
Yeah, there's
There's
more,
more
of
of a celebrity thing about it.
not even celebrities, just there's more people there. So why not attack the biggest pie
based on sale. I'm just saying.
based on sales? But it's also PlayStation 4. Like that's
Nah, it's always
yeah, I mean,
Nintendo.
there's still like what 120 million people on PlayStation 4.
yeah.
No one touches
So-
Nintendo.
Yeah, but that's another
Nintendo's a
thing.
lot
There's
more.
160 million, right?
Yeah.
Something like that
There's a lot more on Nintendo.
on
That's
Nintendo,
why
but they don't have these issues with security.
That's why I don't understand what Sony's
they
got
never.
going on that they just
They never
can't.
will.
They can't lock their shit up.
They can't. And
Nintendo's
then
like,
and then on top of that, you know, Sony being hacked, we have the current head of Sony, Jim Ryan, the CEO, Jim Ryan,
retire,
stepping
man.
down March of next year. He will not be the CEO anymore.
He's
And
taking
that's
a
just
break.
it's really telling. Sony was hacked, ABK gets approved by the CMAs, and then Jim Ryan's like, all right guys, I'm out of here. And it's like
Yeah, the
He's
timing.
He's not trying to pay for those mistakes that he's going through. Especially the bullshit.
Not on
remember
my
all this-
watch.
Especially the shit he had
Somebody
to
else's
do.
watch.
He's like, well, that cell got approved. Well, I'm out here, bitches. Now ain't gonna
Yeah.
get me.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the thing too. That maybe because I've heard people say because apparently he's retiring. He's stepping down and he wants to be with his family or whatever. That's what he said publicly or whatever.
Cute.
And I don't doubt that he was probably planning to retire. Have you seen him? He looks like, and he's not even that old, but he looks old. So I can imagine him wanting to be like, "Yo, this is a lot. I need to figure
by
out
his-
my exit plan."
yeah, by his
Well-
own words, he was I think he was saying like 1 week I would spend in the UK, the next week I would go to Japan, the next week I would go to California. He wasn't stable.
Yeah,
You know, he
it's
didn't
a
have.
lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot. I mean, but that's what you get when you want to fight tooth and nail out Microsoft buying ABK. You have to put in the legwork, and they failed. That failed. So I'm just wondering if his failure from his fighting from the whole ABK merger, is that really why he's stepping down, or if he just really wants to retire, you know?
So
I mean, he's been at the position for 30 years.
Well, he's not. He hasn't been in.
Well, he's been with Sony.
He's been with Sony for 30 years.
Yeah, he's been with Sony for 30 years. That is a very long time for any company.
Yeah,
you know.
So that's why I do believe he did plan on retiring, like at some point. Like he was probably planning on it. Like we were sometime either like maybe 2024, late 2024, 2025, something like that. I'm pretty sure there was plans there. However, considering everything that has transpired with the ABK stuff and the back and forth with the emails that, you know, like he was for it or not for it, but he was like, okay,
he
whatever.
Didn't care about it.
He didn't really care about it at first, but then he started to care, and then he would make trips to visit, or supposedly make trips to visit the CMA and all that stuff and the EU to plead his case. So like he did try, but obviously he failed. And I do believe there's a strong possibility that the shareholders, the Sony shareholders, are just like, yo, you kind of dropped the ball with this, and we need to fix it. So could you retire a little bit sooner so we can replace you? And
to me,
basically that's what it was. Or
I'm petty.
That's what I think it could have been. That
I'm petty. I definitely would have been like, who's we?
Right?
We.
But like he probably was encouraged to retire early, and I've said on Twitter, like the fact that they don't have anybody in place to replace him, like they're gonna have an interim CEO, until they find a permanent one.
That was unexpected.
That basically shows that this was not like planned, and this was kind of like a sudden move.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, there's the Japanese partners in Sony were basically like, you didn't stop ABK from happening, like you said you were. The CMAs are approving it. I thought those are your people. Listen, someone's head's got to roll. It's got to be you.
Yeah,
that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
You're gonna make us look foolish.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see what this means like in the long term, because I know if you look at Sony's like kind of outline what they had planned, it wasn't looking too hot. Like they didn't really have a lot of first party titles. It was mostly just third party exclusives, and the first party titles they did have were games as a service, which they had already planned that some of them, if not majority of them, were gonna fail, because that's just the nature of it. Like you try a bunch of stuff and see what sticks.
Yeah.
So that was also an issue. And then the fact that they were just focusing on re-releases and sequels. And yeah, it didn't spark a lot of confidence, at least from the wide majority of like gamers. Because I know the fanboys would defend it for whatever reason.
But
I mean,
you talk about my Sony overlord.
Yeah. Or speaking of re-releases, because they just announced, even though it came out last year, that Horizon Forbidden West has got a complete edition coming out.
Yeah.
So for PS5 first, so we'll have everything inside the game, all the DLC, everything for one price, and then that game will come also to PC. So it's like they're re-releasing a game that just came out last year to both PlayStation and PC. It's like, come on now.
Yeah.
What are they doing? What are the decisions that are being made at Sony that can push the company to go in a different direction than what it's going right now?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, that it feels a lot of like half-ass stuff. And well, I mean, we don't know who's going to be the new CEO. We know the guy who's taking the interim position he's been there a while. He's from Japan. And I think he believes that phone gaming is superior to console gaming. So I don't know what that spells. Hopefully he's not there for too long to make any significant changes in that regard.
I mean,
the man is trying some new stuff.
Not
in a good way, but he's just trying.
Yeah.
He's like, look, we gotta try something.
I mean, you got to take risks for sure, but like,
That's a big risk.
yeah, it's a big risk.
Like, see, that's honestly, that's the reason why the PS Vita failed, because they tried to take too much of a risk and go up against Nintendo, and it didn't work out for them.
Those handheld games.
No one goes up against Nintendo.
Exactly.
I told you.
You did.
You think I'd make these jokes? These are not jokes. These is life. Nintendo makes sure we sign checks.
But I don't know who's gonna replace. There's some like speculation on who it could be. There's talk about I forget what he is right now, but Herman Hulst, I think his name is. He's like basically what Phil Spencer used to be, like kind of like head of PlayStation Studios or something like that.
Okay.
He's talked about being in the position. There's also talk about Shu Yoshida. He's mostly in charge of. I mean, he's been with Sony for a long time too, but he's mostly in charge of like the indie relationship. But a lot of people really like him. I actually like him too because he's on like Twitter and stuff, and he posts pictures with fans and even with like Xbox people like Phil Spencer, and like he's actually like communicating with the community, which is what I would like out of PlayStation for a change, because that's what I like about Xbox. That they have that transparency.
Talking with people, gross.
You an exec? You a suit? You a corpo, as they say in Cyberpunk?
Yeah, he's a corpo.
All these checks coming, baby.
But yeah, well, who knows who will? It could be somebody just out of left field that we haven't even seen. I actually saw somebody make a joke that they said, "Oh, I heard PlayStation is looking for a new CEO," and post a picture of Bobby Kotick. So he's about to be out too, because once the ABK deal closes, he's most likely gonna quote unquote retire as well.
I mean, I also think the picture of Phil Spencer.
Oh yeah,
because he was holding up the PlayStation 5 covers that he signed for a fan at Tokyo Game Show.
Somebody came up to him and asked him to sign the PS5 plate. The Xbox CEO.
I mean,
got no chill.
You gotta give it to the kid. He's got balls. What can he?
I mean, the fact that he signed it, he was like, "Can I even do this?" Like,
yeah. I mean, he did. He can do it.
He looked at it like, "Damn, am I gonna get in trouble?"
Right?
I mean, I signed it.
Who's gonna get Phil Spencer in trouble?
Yeah,
I mean, he's
like,
the
I
czar
signed the
of
checks
gaming.
there, so like
Satya Nadella, that's it. Satya will probably find it funny, and
Satya don't even freaking care. He's like, "What the
Yeah.
Yes, fine."
Yeah.
Like,
they gonna show to you like, "Yo, bro, what are you doing?" We talked about this. He's like, "I thought I could."
No. It got him some good likes, some good laughs from people, so that was about it.
That's all he was looking for.
I know people like joke about like Jim Ryan and stuff like that. I mean, he's been with Sony for a long time, so like he has done some stuff that like laid the foundation for the brand as a whole. So he has done something significant for the company. So I mean, if you guy wants a break, it is what it is.
I mean, dude, we always make fun of flying, crying Jim Ryan, but we do hope he settles down into a position.
Who could be the new CEO? Major Nelson, Larry Herb.
That will be crazy.
Imagine.
You're just.
I doubt it.
You're just looking for shit at this point, aren't you?
Yeah, you are toxic.
You're just looking for shit.
It could be Charles Martinet, the voice of Fario, the CEO, the new CEO.
Yeah, you just look at. Yeah, you just looking for dumb shit. Got it.
Yeah.
Anybody.
You just want to be toxic. I see you.
I'm stirring the pot.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you. I'm gonna have to apologize to Natalie for doing that to you, but I don't give a fuck.
Well, let's get into some actual gaming news, some games, because Remedy has come out and stated that the Max Payne series, Max Payne 1 and 2, are going to be remade with a modern look and modern engine in today's sort of graphical era and be released. Let's hope they're hoping next year, but who knows? They're still working on it. And that's really great because the Max Payne games are absolutely amazing, but they're so dated and it looks so bad.
Yeah. I've tried to play it one time and I was just like, yeah, nah, I can't do this.
No, you can't. No, I
'Cause
remember playing them and they were great then.
Yeah, I'm sure. I remember I watched when I was younger, my cousins would play it because they had it and I didn't. But then I tried to play it for myself and it's just, because I played it after I played Max Payne 3, which is amazing. That game is, I wish they would remaster that. But yeah, no, this will be a good way to get people into the franchise and maybe continue it because although knowing Rockstar, they'll freaking never touch it. They'll make the remake and then just focus on GTA and Red Dead Redemption for the next 25 years. So, although this, like I said, this good and I like the idea. Is Remedy doing it? Because why would they talk about it? Because I know they did the originals.
Yeah, this is all coming from. They asked Sam Lake about the remakes. Sam Lake is from Remedy, so this is them talking to VGC, Video Game Chronicles, and he's just talking about the remake. So, I hope it's from Remedy.
That would be awesome if it was, but I mean, they have Alan Wake 2 coming out, so I don't know how much they would be able to. Usually they do, maybe it's in collaboration with Remedy, because it's like,
maybe
I don't think they would be able to do it by themselves. Like maybe it's like an outside studio.
Yeah, probably not. But either way, it's
usually that's how it goes.
Yeah. Either way, it will be a great game to come about because I remember playing the first Max Payne. It was crazy.
And apparently they said that they were going to merge the two. Like it wasn't going to be like, remake of 1 and remake of 2. Like, no, it's going to be Max Payne 1 and 2 remade as one game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, that would be dope because then you just pay one price for 2 games and let's see what they do if they will do anything with Max Payne 3. Because that sort of completely ties off the whole trilogy. You know, although Max Payne 3 still is really good today, even by today's standards, it still holds up well.
And today's standards is my favorite thing today.
Exactly. Backwards compatible, yeah. So, I mean, the games were really good back then. I hope that it can bring the Max Payne series to a bunch of new fans who haven't played the Max Payne series because it's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, definitely try it out. Maybe wait till the remake because, I mean, your mileage may vary because who knows if you're able to tolerate like dated graphics like it has.
Oh, it's really bad dated graphics. I mean, the storyline is absolutely amazing. Just that one sequence when you're, like dreaming with the babies crying.
Yeah, the flashback. Yeah,
it was absolutely insane. So, just based off of that, I would say it's amazing.
Fuck.
I guess we'll continue some more gaming news. So, there's a new reports of a new 3D Super Mario game releasing next year in 2024, and it will be open world. So, I guess like Mario 64, open world though.
So, but they said open world, but like, isn't Odyssey kind of open world? Like,
Odyssey is fully open world.
So it's more of the same.
Yeah. If anything, like Mario having open world is very, honestly. There's a lot of their old games, like Sunshine, technically is open world.
Yeah.
True. Technically, like you're
the fact
able
that
to,
like you can go and get different stars or suns within the level, even though that's not the sun you were trying to get.
Yeah, like
that always happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess you're right. It's not really new to the series. I don't know how much different it would
maybe it'll be like no transitions, I guess. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
It's just one open world, and then you just go into different areas from it instead of going like from planet to planet or whatever. However it worked in Odyssey.
Are you suggesting a Mario GTA? Because that's what you just said to me.
Yeah, pretty much.
A Mario GTA. That's funny.
I
I can see that. I mean, I'm still super excited about Wonder that's coming out this October.
Right.
I think I want to get through that and play through that. I don't want to think about a new Mario.
That's a 2D Mario. So,
Yes, that
Damn
is a
it,
2D
Gabe,
Mario.
I keep telling you this. Just love the Mario.
Yeah.
love
I
the
mean,
Mario.
we can't get enough of Mario. You know, any new Mario game, whether it be Mario Strikers or Mario Wonder, whatever it is, we're gonna play.
Mario Strikers.
Yeah, Mario's here to stay.
I miss you, Mario Strikers.
I mean, yeah, the Mario
I know
Strikers
it's a
is
new one.
always so fun. Yeah.
Where the fuck is my Mario American football, damn it?
Mario
Oh
American.
no, here we go again with the American football.
You know damn well I want it. I deserve it. They have Mario Party games based on it. Stop teasing me.
That's funny, they do, you know. And in all the Mario Party games, there's always a like a defensive line coming at you.
Exactly. Just
It could
bullshitting
happen.
me.
I feel like it's been a mini game in like freaking Mario Party.
Has been. They just bullshit.
Yeah. Well, let's get into some news from Epic, because they dropped a big bombshell, where they're laying off like 16% of their workforce, like almost 900 people from their Epic Game Stores, and they came out with a bunch of statements. People were wondering who was going to be fired, what studios is going to affect. It's absolutely insane. I don't think people understand the gravity behind it because of the way the wording is from the Epic, you know, the people at Epic. They're really talking about laying off so many people because Fortnite's creative, like Fortnite creative is the reason behind the layoffs, because they've lost so much money transitioning from their Fortnite regular battle royale, which funded everything that they did at Epic, to now being more creatives on the creative side for creators. They're going with that, even though it's not bringing in as much money as the Fortnite battle royale, as much money as that, you know, game side of the things. They just are just completely dropping that section to focus on the creators, because the creators are out there making all these maps and all these things for Fortnite, and they're making money off of Epic and off of the people, but Fortnite is not making enough, so they're like, oh, we'll just cut losses by firing 900 people.
We need all of them.
Yeah, it's never a good thing when you hear like layoffs happening in this, especially like in this quantity. And it sucks because this is not even like the first time that like layoffs have been hit in the gaming industry. Like I think there was EA who just laid off a bunch of people. We didn't get to it, but the Hyenas game, like that, they're laying off people from there, and they're not working on it anymore. And Ubisoft, there's like
Sega, not Ubisoft.
Sega, my bad.
Yeah,
Sega.
Yeah, because it was Creative Assembly.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's layoffs in Microsoft, there's layoffs in Sony. Like it's happening across the board, and it's really sad. And I remember reading a headline, and it was clickbait.
You can read? Crazy.
Damn,
Wow.
why you had to come for me like that? Damn.
Sorry. I'm not. But
No, but I read a headline that was saying like 2023 is the worst year in gaming. And like you look at that, it's like, how? Like with all these games coming out, what the hell are you talking about? And what they mean is that like for game developers, it's a really horrible year because there's been so many layoffs and so many restructuring, studio closings, studios selling. It's been crazy, and it's honestly probably the worst time to be a game developer because you don't know if you're still gonna be a game developer anymore because of how like shaky it is in the industry right now.
it's a lot of layoffs.
And honestly, I used to grow up wanting to be a game developer. I was like, I love like the idea of making games and being creative and stuff like that. But then like as I grew older, I was like, yeah, no, this is scary. I need that job security. I can't be going from game to game not knowing if I'm gonna be able to provide for my family for the next year or so. It's crazy, and it's hard. Honestly, I commend anybody who does video game development, that especially like the independent developers. It is cutthroat, and it's hard. It's just hard.
It is. It really is. I mean, I found the quote from Epic, and this is where I was talking about. Like, the quote states, while Fortnite is starting to grow again, the growth is driven primarily by creator content with significant revenue sharing, and this is a lower marginal business that we had when Fortnite Battle Royale took off and began funding our expansion. Success with the creator ecosystem is a great achievement, but it means a major structural change to our economics. So they're putting the blame on creator content and them not making enough money because the creators are now
making too
all
much
the people
money.
are creating maps and creating things are now making money off of Epic, and Epic is not seeing much of that revenue. So now they're firing 900 people.
The thing is, though, they did that themselves. They didn't have to do that.
Yeah, they did that themselves.
They wanted people to come to the platform. That's why they wanted. Because honestly, a lot of people don't talk about it. But Roblox is like the premier like platform to be making content. Like you can make entire separate games within Roblox.
And that's what Fortnite. That's what Epic wants.
Exactly. Epic saw that as like we need to get a piece of the pie.
Roblox and Minecraft, they're still like the leading
Minecraft
kids
is the OG.
Yeah,
but
it's still more product than anything. Like they still have more money.
You're right. Yeah, I mean that's why Microsoft bought them for that reason, because they were making so much money. But yeah, Roblox was making money now because they started revenue sharing with the creators to keep them there. And Epic wanted that, so they started doing that too.
Yeah,
but that's the problem. It's like now you got people making levels and maps and all this stuff.
They might be making it, but you still gotta pay for it.
But now you gotta pay. Yeah, exactly. Now you gotta pay them. So it's like you did this to yourself. Instead of gradually growing, because I feel like it would have. People would have seen, because Fortnite is popular. So I feel like eventually people would have gravitated to it, but they wanted it like sooner. They wanted that instant like growth in that, because I guess people they like that. I mean, they said they weren't growing as much with the Battle Royale. Now they're starting to grow again.
Now they're growing again, yeah.
But I feel like it would have happened eventually.
I mean, it really sucks because now it's 800 or 900 people that are losing their jobs just so that way they could line the pockets of these executives and the higher ups at Epic to say, "Oh, look, our numbers are correct now."
Yeah,
so it's all numbers to them. They don't see that they're ruining almost 1,000 people's lives just so that way they can a number in a boardroom can impress their executives. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, no, and it sucks because do you remember Satoru? I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but Satoru Iwata, the former president of Nintendo, he passed away.
Yes, okay, I do remember him. Yes,
he had like glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I remember.
Well, when the Wii U flopped, because it flopped hard, they didn't lay off anybody. He took a pay cut to make sure that everybody was still able to make ends meet.
Yeah.
So Nintendo did not have a profitable period during the Wii U's era, but they still managed to get by because the freaking president wasn't a greedy piece of shit. And I feel like that's the problem, like especially like with these American companies and publishers and stuff like
that's fully an American thing. Like,
they want their money and they not willing to give it up. So it's like blame other things. Like you can take a pay cut. That's literally what the freaking the strikes were about. You can afford to take a pay cut of
to keep your
less
team.
than a percentage.
Yeah, to keep your whole team together to make
Right?
these games.
Yeah, it does not take a lot.
we're laying off nearly 1,000 workers because like I'm not missing my annual bonus. Fuck that.
Right? Yeah, I can't sell my yacht. I gotta friggin'
You mean I
take
got a slight commercial now?
I can't take 15 trips to Peru this year. I gotta take 12. How dare you? Like, no, it's fucking it's greed. That's all it is.
It is. It is absolutely insane, and that is why now I think the video game voice actors are going to. I know the writer strike is about to end for the writers.
No, it ended already.
Okay, it ended. So the writer strike ended. The actors are still on strike, but the video game voice workers, they're about to go on strike, and I think they should because it just goes to show you, especially after this week with all the layoffs. The people, they need to stand up for their own rights for themselves because these executives and these companies are not, and they have to fight for themselves. If they have to go on strike for as long as it takes until they get what they need, we have to support them.
Yeah, no, honestly, there definitely needs to be more unions in the video game industry because this is the reason.
There's gonna be more unions in a lot of things.
Well, yeah,
big facts.
Yes. But it's just a bad situation, and I hope. Yeah. I mean, I think like 343 was saying that they're hiring, and a bunch of other studios have posted like online saying that we're hiring. So anybody who was laid off, like, apply. So
it just it really makes me think that Xbox is about to come together with ABK. That's a big significant workforce. I wonder if Microsoft is going to end up, laying off a bunch of Activision people who...
Unfortunately, that comes with what they're trying to do, because when you acquire a company, there's going to be a lot of redundancies in, like, positions. Like, you don't need 2 HR reps for, like, a one company. Like, I know ABK is kind of, like, going to be operated on its own, but they're going to report to Microsoft or Xbox. Yeah. So it doesn't make sense to have like certain positions. So like there's going to be layoffs, but it's not because like it's not going to be for a financial reason. It's going to be because we don't need 2 or 3 or 4 of these positions within one company.
Well, it still absolutely sucks.
It's going to suck.
Either way, people are losing their jobs.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why I said I don't want to say it's necessary. It comes with, like I said, it comes with the nature of the acquisition. So and this has been going on for well over a year. So like, I'm pretty sure the people whose jobs are like in jeopardy potentially know this, and they're just waiting until it's official to be like, okay, can I like submit my resume other places? So that way, that's a bad way to look at it, but it's the truth.
Yeah. I mean, with any layoff, it sucks. So me and brother Matt were talking about, potential layoffs with ABK after they join with Microsoft. And that just like, I was sitting there thinking, dang, that could really happen to them. They could really lose their jobs because they don't need that many people,
Yeah. That's why I said there's some positions that they might not need. Like, I know freaking honestly, they could keep everybody. Just fucking fire Bobby Kotick. That's it.
Get rid of all the toxics.
Take his salary and give it to everybody else. I bet you'll be able to make it work.
We can do a lot of things. We fired a lot of people and gave people salaries. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, but he was at the top. That's why, like, get rid of him. Especially he was freaking toxic and turning a blind eye to sexual harassment. You didn't hear about this last year? Well, no, was it last year? No, it was the year before.
Yeah, 2021. My brother,
that apparently there was.
I've been busy all day, all life, all my life. I've been busy.
I feel you though. I got you.
Kendrick Lamar said, "All my life I had to fight." No, all my life I've been working and busy.
Very much.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to keep an eye on that with the layoffs, and we hope that these game devs find a place where they can settle to continue, their craft and making games and bringing joy to us gamers, because that's what we're here for, to just enjoy and play video games.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, we have some time, so we'll mention how MetaQuest 3 was announced today. Was it announced today? I think it was
Yeah,
today.
I think it was today. Yeah,
It was
or maybe it
today.
was yesterday. I don't know.
Yesterday or today, where it was announced, and they did the pricing at $4.99, and apparently with the MetaQuest 3, you can be able to play Game Pass games through cloud gaming right on the Quest. So that's really cool.
I like the idea of it. I don't know about you guys. I feel like maybe we've talked about it before, but like I like the idea of VR, and like I feel like it could go somewhere, but not in like home use. Does that make sense?
It does.
Like I feel like in
VR
arcades.
There's also like you like arcades and like actual VR arcades, which are actually really fun when you get a chance to go.
I do want to do it. I've trust me. I have a save tab of a place that I want to go to where it's like you can do experiences with like up to like 8 people.
Oh, which one? I went to one. See, I went to one in Manhattan with my friend Alexis. We had a great time. But she did freak out when there was like a little roller coaster
right
thing.
now. It's called Sandbox VR.
Yeah, actually, our friend Ron, he just had a birthday a few days ago, like 8 days ago, and he went to Sandbox VR for his birthday, and he said he had an absolute blast. He said it was like a complete workout.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, and
but it was so fun, and I really want to do that.
I'm down to go if we make a time.
Hey, I'm down. Tell me when.
We don't need Brother Jay. We could just take Brother Matt.
Wow.
Damn.
That's crazy.
He'll listen to this anyway. I don't give a fuck.
It will.
Yeah, so I feel like VR works better in an environment where you can facilitate that type of stuff, where you can move around, you don't got to worry about furniture and all that stuff. I mean, if you got the space, then maybe you can make it work at home, but I feel like the majority of people don't. So this is pretty cool in the fact that like it basically you can have a screen wherever you are. Like you can just sit down at your desk and then have the headset on and you can just play at your desk, but it looks like you're sitting down on a couch playing the game on a TV. So like that I kind of like, because I remember I don't know if they still make it, the Samsung VR headset where you could put your phone into it.
Oh, like the HTC had one. It was like the Vive or something like that.
I forgot what it was called.
I have one. I didn't know but I have one.
No, I know I had one, and I used it, and it was actually pretty cool. The fact that, and then you could like watch movies and like have it look like you're in a movie theater, and I like that type of stuff. But like that's very niche. Like I wouldn't spend like hundreds of dollars to do that, though. Well, I know some people would.
I guess the MetaQuest 3 is supposed to like rival the Apple Vision because it had similar aspects where it's like augmented reality where you can put stuff in your home through the MetaQuest, like put up pictures and stuff like that, and have like video conferences in your house outside of just like VR. It was more like AR, like augmented reality. So I guess they're sort of rivaling Apple's Vision, and at a cheaper price point, because I think Apple Vision was like what, $4,000.
Oh yeah, it was something ridiculous.
It was something
like
absolutely ridiculous.
Apple.
Yeah, and then the MetaQuest was what? It was $4.99. So if you think about it, they're competing with Apple in this respect. Apple's not gonna have Game Pass for games, for MetaQuest will. So that's the trade-off here,
Yeah, well, I guess.
I guess when we're talking about gaming wise, that's where you're gonna get. For $500, you'll be able to do the similar things that you could do with an Apple Vision Pro, but you can also game on it in your house.
Now I wonder, why didn't Sony do this with the PSVR 2?
Because Sony doesn't care about the PSVR 2.
Well, you're asking a lot of questions.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like what you're saying, like with the augmented, like that's actually pretty cool. Like, why not do that with your own shit? Like they could have beat Xbox to the punch with this.
Because it has to be hooked up to the PlayStation through wires.
What did we just agree to? Money over everything, right?
But still, like, there's. I feel like
no. Yeah, I want you to stop because you're thinking in the gamer mind. Money.
No.
Think of money.
Think of
How
money.
much money? How
They
much
want to
money
make
would this
the
have
Beats
cost?
VR3.
Remember, remember when they had the PlayStation Move?
Oh,
And how well did that sell?
that was they were just trying to capitalize on the Wii success.
Exactly. So if that did work, you think they were gonna like? I guarantee you, the meaning was like, we could do this with this. And just like, remember the Move? That's kind of like virtual reality. That didn't really do that well.
And let's do the bare minimum. That'll work.
Exactly. You need to understand. Like, in their mind, they're like, this didn't sell well. It's kind of like it again, just more emotion. And then remember when when Xbox had to Connect?
Oh, although that was that the Kinect is different because that was actually successful, but not for gaming.
Exactly.
That was the shit.
You have to understand how people look at it. They're like, is it worth the risk? It's not about technology advances. It's all about money because they're American. If this was Nintendo, they would have did this shit just to do it.
I honestly thought Nintendo had a good opportunity to do something with VR, like similar to what Samsung did, where you use your phone. I felt like they could have came out with a VR headset that you just dock your Switch into, and then you just play it like that. And they could be portable.
I'm sure there was meetings about that, but again, it's all about like how money looks at it. Like Nintendo has a better chance of doing it.
Well, VR back then, when the Switch came out, it was still early on. They didn't.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that weren't as available as it is now.
Yeah,
I'm like, if this technology was available back then, they probably would have did it. I don't doubt it. They still could do it now.
Well, yeah, they could do it with the Switch 2 or Pro, whatever it ends up being. Nintendo, listen.
I mean, we have just one more bit of news, and this is redundancy with the FTC.
Boy.
Yeah, I know, brother Tay. I know.
It's not over. It would never be over.
I told you. I told you.
The thing is, it is over. They're just wasting taxpayer money now. And this is the problem, because the FTC is gonna continue with their in-house court date for the
administrative.
The administrative. Thank you. The administrative court date. So they can continue with this, but absolutely nothing can happen because they don't have an appeals court decision to back them, and or the Ninth Circuit Court doesn't back them.
Yeah.
So they're absolutely just wasting people's time with this and this new case.
Even then, like, they lost pretty much their biggest like argument against the deal, which is PlayStation. That's literally what they were using for the majority of that court hearing. And
Jim Ryan signed that deal, baby.
Jim Ryan signed the deal. So what are you gonna say now? Like, what is there to say?
Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous that they don't want to admit defeat. That's literally all it is. I honestly do believe this hearing or court, whatever, it's never gonna happen. They just don't want to say that we give up. They're gonna keep going. They're gonna keep quote unquote fighting, and they're gonna delay until everybody forgets. Like, probably in 2026, they'll be like, you know what? All right, never mind. Yeah. I mean, it's so funny because after the FTC decided to continue their little charade, Activision, I think she's the COO of Activision Blizzard.
Yeah, COO or CFO.
Yeah, one of the two high-level positions. She came out and stated, she said, "We're focused on working with Microsoft toward closing. How the FTC uses limited taxpayer dollars is its decision," which is like a slap in the face.
So she's Lulu Chang, she's the CCO.
CCO, there you go.
One of those acronyms.
Yeah, exactly. And she just came out and just absolutely slapped the FTC right in the face. Which is she's absolutely right. You know, they don't have, unlimited supply of money and resources at the FTC, and they're continuing to use it.
They got their budget slashed, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah. So it's like, why they? I don't know. It makes no sense.
It really doesn't. It makes no sense at all. But,
It's best not to dwell on this stuff because it's pointless.
It is. But we had to bring the update out, especially with
You're right.
Especially with her comments, because that was it was pure gold. She put that out on Twitter, by the way. So it was out for the public.
She's a savage on Twitter. Like, she don't
Oh
care.
yeah. Oh yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally what we got for the news for this week.
Yeah. Jam-packed week.
Yeah.
Any parting words, fellas?
Does it say?
You
like
there?
we both said Tay.
No, he's broken.
Okay.
We will.
Oh, I'm sorry. I accidentally muted myself.
Wow.
He was muted.
It was very professional.
I was talking wild crazy shit.
Good thing you don't get it then.
He was like last word. I was like Rhea Ripley in the middle of the same word.
Rhea Ripley.
I was like, if we just tag it. If we just tag it, that's all we needed. They'll come around.
No final words.
No final
Bianca
words.
Blair.
I think we said it all.
Pete Davidson.
You're just gonna say random people.
Don't worry about me.
Peace out, guys.
Bye.
Later.